Okay guys, as you can see I went ahead and got the bike tuned on a dyno. After I got the airbox removed, it was like throwing more EFI lights, and also there wasn't like a map that matched everything I'd done to the bike. So the can tunes were good, but I kind of progressed beyond them. And also, like, every bike's different. So even those can tunes, they were leaving a lot on the table, I think. So you can see my horsepower peak is 66. Which is pretty good because compared to the Hitchcock's advertised horsepower, which is 64, and I think it might be the AirPods that are getting me, or the pod filters and extra air are getting me a little bit more there at the end. But I'm not sure. Also, like, the 17-tooth sprocket is pushing a lot of my power out further into the rev range, so the higher revs. So something to know is horsepower is torque times RPMs divided by 52. And you can see my torque curve on this is pretty flat. It's not bad. So I'm able to build horsepower all the way into the end of the rev range. And let me show you the Hitchcock's map here, or what the Hitchcock's advertises. So this is what Hitchcock's says you're going to get with horsepower. And you can see they're peaking out at 6,000 at like 64. And then they're dropping off towards the end. And the reason why I think mine might be a little bit better than this is because I'm shifting. When I shift, you only get like back an extra 1,000 RPMs back. So I am shifting into higher RPM or higher horsepower numbers and higher torque numbers. As you can see, they're dropping off. And I'll show you why they're dropping off like that, even though they're gaining RPMs. This is their torque. This is the torque curve that they're advertising. And you can see, after 6,000, it starts nosediving. So it's down to like 40 by the time you're shifting. So if you're doing 0 to 60s and you're going all the way up over 7,000, you're downshifting into like nothing, like 40 torque. So I think the 17-tooth sprocket has a lot to do with why I'm building all the way through, because it's basically you're going to have with that 17-tooth sprocket, you're going to have 13.3, I think, percent less torque everywhere, but you're going to have 13.3% more speed. And I did notice, obviously, like when I switched to the 17-tooth sprocket, I did get better 0 to 60s, so I think the engine can push that. As far as the tune, like, what do I like it? I love it. It's great. It's super consistent. It's about the same as a Revelry, I think, as far as 0 to 60s. My best, it's super consistent at 0 to 60. To say that, I was getting the same numbers over and over, like 4.86. That's what it does. I didn't match the best Revelry racing tune time with the 17-tooth sprocket, which was 4.65. But I also had a number of over 5-second runs with that map, and I didn't have any over 5-second runs with this professional map done. So yeah, I'm really happy with it, and I think also it's like 20 degrees hotter outside, and I'm like only off my best time by less than 0.2 seconds. So I think if I or 0.2, I think if it was like 50 degrees out, I'd probably be matching the 4.65 probably every time, because it's just super consistent. And also it runs better, it idles better. I'm not getting the lights anymore, so the bike really needed it after all the stuff I did to it. Some other things I did, I replaced the side panels with Kydex. A buddy of mine pressed out copies of them. And I also replaced the bottom panel with a slightly bigger plastic panel that's taking up more of the air gap between the engine and that rear area for the airbox. I waterproofed a lot of the pieces, electronic components, down underneath that bottom panel in the airbox area so that I could wash the bike and feel good about it instead of wondering if I was shorting something out. I did some touch-up paint. There's some places that were exposed after the side panels were removed that had paint missing, so I went ahead and touched those up. And I blacked out the back of the license plate because the new license plate holder is cool. I love it. It's just that you can see the entire back of the license plate, so I just went ahead and blacked it out so it would match. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to segue over to some 0 to 60 runs I did today, and you guys can watch those and see how fast the RPMs go up on this thing. It's pretty cool. The best time you're going to see is 4.86 seconds in one of these runs, or a couple of them, because they're all pretty much the same. And the front tire does come up like every time, like when I'm going off. So it's someone that like is a better rider than me. I have no doubt could not knock off at least another quarter second, but I'm just out there doing my thing, right? So, all right. So thanks for watching the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And here comes some 0 to 60s.